Hi friends, today we're going to be talking about two things. We're going to talk about question marks and periods. Those are two things that come at the end of sentences, but you use a certain one depending on what the sentence looks like. And I'm going to show you what a question mark and a period looks like. This is a question mark. And you use this at the end of your sentence if you're asking a question. Now, when you're asking a question, the person you're talking to usually has to give you an answer. So an example of a question would be, what is your favorite color? A question mark would come at the end of that sentence because you would have an answer for that. What is your favorite color? My answer would be blue. Now this is a period. Now we've seen periods a lot. We usually put periods at the end of most of our sentences because periods are used when we write sentences that tell something. So a lot of times we write a sentence that says, the polar bear is white. At the end of that sentence, you would write a period because you're telling someone something. Now, a lot of times we have used periods in our sentences, so you guys are really good at writing your own periods. But we haven't written a lot of question marks, so I'm going to help you write question marks, and I'm going to show you on my whiteboard, and then you can do a couple on your own paper to practice those. Okay, so for the question mark, I usually start towards the top, and I start a little bit below the top line. I hit the top line and I curve down to the dotted line like I'm making a backwards C, and then I make a straight line down and stop, and then I leave a space and I put a dot like a period on the bottom line, and that is my question mark. And now just a quick reminder for periods. I know you know how to do them. They go at the bottom line and they don't have to look like this. That is very, 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 very big. For a period, I'm going to X this one out, you just have to do a little dot at the end. Now remember, if you use a question mark, your sentence is asking someone a question. If you're using a period, your sentence is telling someone something. So I'm going to give you a couple examples, and I'm going to show you if I use a question mark or a period. So my first sentence says, what time is it? So if you go up to someone and say, what time is it? You're asking them a question. So if you're asking a question, at the end here, we need to write a question mark. So I'm going to write my question mark. So now the sentence is finished. What time is it? My next sentence is, where are you? So if someone is asking, where are you? They have a question, and you need to tell them where you are. So this is a question. Where are you? So it ends with a question mark. I wrote my question mark to finish my sentence. Where are you? They're asking you a question. My next sentence is, my dog is big. If you're saying my dog is big, you're telling someone about your dog. You're not asking them a question. So this sentence is a telling sentence, which means at the end, there should be a period. So I'm going to write my period. My dog is big. Since you're telling someone something, there's a period at the end. The next sentence is, I like to play. In this sentence, You're telling someone you like to play. You're not asking them a question. So I like to play is a telling sentence. That means it needs a period at the end. I'm going to write my period so that I know my sentence is finished. And it says, I like to play with a period because it's a telling sentence. Okay, now it's your turn to figure it out. I'm going to show you two different sentences, and I want to know which one is asking a question and should have a question mark at the end. All right, here's my first sentence. What is your favorite color? And here's my second sentence. I like blue. Which one of these sentences is asking a question? What is your favorite color? I like blue. The one you should pick that is asking a question is, what is your favorite color? That is asking you a question, so that is the sentence that needs a question mark at the end. I like blue is a telling sentence. So I like blue needs a period. You're not asking a question, you're telling someone something. You're telling them that you like the color blue. Now I have two more sentences for you. And this time, I want you to tell me which sentence is the telling sentence. It's not asking a question, it's telling us something. All right, my first sentence. Where do you go in the summer? My second sentence. I go to the beach. Think about which sentence is telling us something. Where do you go in the summer? I go to the beach. The telling sentence is I go to the beach. And since it's a telling sentence, it needs a period at the end. You're telling someone that you go to the beach. Now, Mrs. Schaefer and I sent home your blue copybooks that we used to write in school. So since you have those at home, this is what I would like you to do. You're going to turn to the next clean page. So you're going to turn through the book and find a clean page that we haven't written on yet. And I want on the first line, I'd like you to practice writing. You can practice your periods. And I'd like you to practice some question marks. Okay? Just so that before you write a sentence, you know how to write a period and a question mark. Underneath that, I'd like you to write one sentence that is a question and one sentence that is a telling sentence. And then make sure that your question sentence has a question mark at the end and your telling sentence has a period at the end. I'll give you an example of my one question sentence and my one telling sentence. My question sentence is, what is your favorite dessert? And I put a question mark at the end because I'm asking a question. And my telling sentence is, I like donuts, with a period at the end because I'm telling you something. And that sentence or those sentences can be whatever you want. So you can ask whatever question you want and you can tell us anything you want. You can either sound these sentences out or you can ask mom and dad to help you spell them. It's up to you. But the biggest thing is I want you to make sure that the question sentence has a question mark and the telling sentence has a period.